Hey traders, TG Watkins here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys all about ThinkorSwim and how we actually navigate the platform, how we set up our charts, how we get it to look the way that I have it here, and the various tips and tricks that I have for it. So I'm going to kind of just meander through here, and that way you can see I'm going to start from scratch, going to add a couple things, then we'll adjust some stuff and what I like to have as far as my charts. So let me get this first maybe over to the SPY because the SPX doesn't use volume. So let's do that first. And then what I like, you can see I have a bunch of windows open at the bottom. And that's because I like to have each of my windows or grids kind of as it is. So I'll have a daily, hourly 15, I'll have a daily hourly, I'll have a monthly, weekly, and then I'll have some day trading ones like the 15, the 5, and the 2. And that's everything that's down below so that I don't have to keep changing my time frames because now I have everything open. So what I do is from here, you can go to the top right and you can see up here, there are kind of 3 boxes. If you click on that, actually, let me back up. If we go over here, all the way to the far top right, and you click that thing, you have what's called detach. And you do that, and that'll actually just create another screen. And so that just opened up someplace. You can see I'm dragging it over here. And then if we do go back to that thing with the 3 boxes, this is where you can select how many grids or views that you want inside of this, this window. I typically do 3, but if I'm doing like my day trading or something, I have 6 like this. But I'm just going to show you how to go from 0 to something, because we're going to all open up with this. And if we do this to where I select 3, you can see that now we're blank. And so we have to start over. Where if I type in the SPY, you can see it's completely not set up the way that my charts are. So let's kind of start figuring out what that looks like. And then I'll show you how to save all this stuff too. So for me, the first couple things that I like to do is come in here, you look at settings. Actually, let me maximize this so that we can actually get into those. So if you maximize, now you can see there are settings in through here. And first of all, I like to, for equities, I like to make sure the volume is turned on. That's one thing you're going to be looking at. And then if we go over to appearance, you're going to come here, and this is where you can change all your stuff. So for me, I have my price bars grayed out. That's where you're going to see the border up, border down, doji, all that kind of stuff. I like to keep them gray. So it'll be gray, gray, and then, fill up, fill down, but I still like them to be gray and gray. Again, you guys can do whatever you want. This is where you start adjusting these things. And you can even get into here so you can decide what kind of bars or what kind of view you want for price. The other things to look for is I like to have my cursor crosshair, and I like that to be pretty bright. So I'll make it green, maybe even brighter green, but that's where you can use your crosshairs. I also like to make sure that I want it to be linked somewhere, and I think that's already here. But if you look, the other thing is volume bars. Again, I like mine to be gray, maybe a little bit darker gray. You can choose that. You can, again, pick any kind of color you want from that, or you can do something else with the background. I also don't want a grid, so I turn the grid off. And then what you can do just to see what that looked like, you hit apply, and now you can see suddenly everything's kind of changed in through here. Also for my background, I like it just a dark black. So there you go, apply. And now you can see we're starting to get closer to what this looks like for me. Some of the other things, we can come over here, we can look at futures. You can show extended hours. That's one thing to leave off. Maybe you can click it on, off, show open interest. Yeah, I don't like to have open interest for futures or even for options for me on stuff like this. And so I think there's one of these, they show rollover, something like that. I'm trying to look at these rollover bars. So that'll be there somewhere in through here. Yeah, let's see. I think it's, there we go. Show display, show rollover lines. If I click that off, then, well, I thought that was going to be the one, or maybe it's this one. There you go. Okay, show expiration Fridays. So again, a lot of different options that you guys can use to kind of put these on, off. Now, what I do like is I like to have corporate actions on because that'll tell me when earnings are, and I do think that one is kind of important. The other thing I like to do, if you see this expansion area, I keep that anywhere from, I don't know, 15 to 25. It doesn't matter too much. It's more of a personal preference. You see here how price goes all the way to the far end of the chart. I like to give it a little bit of room, just so I can see something over there. If you guys liked it slammed all the way up, great. But if you see you do this, see how it now built us some room? I like to have a little bit of room on the right-hand side. I find anywhere from 10 to 25 tends to be pretty good for that. So that's pretty much what we're looking for as far as this stuff. We again want a volume to be turned on, and I think equities, show volume subgraph, I do want that to be on. And then I think that pretty much does it for everything I'm looking in through here. And now you can see we've got our setup. And then what we would do next is come in here, you start setting up your studies. So you come up to studies, click edit studies, and then in through here. Now for me, I have a few moving averages. So let's say simple. If I type it in correctly, but SIMP for simple, and you click simple moving average. And I would do it twice because I like to have two of them. And I come over here, I'd set the first one for the 50 SMA, got that. And then let's see, color, I want that one to be the magenta color. And then I'd get rid of all this show right here for down signals because I don't want that. So I'm just gonna keep customizing the way that I want it and through there. Click OK, hit apply, there you go. Now maybe what I do is maybe make that a little bit thicker. Maybe let's just try 3 and see how that looks, apply, there you go. And now we can go over to the other one. I'd like to make this the 200 because that's my other simple moving average. I like to make it, let's say orange. And again, I don't want any of these signals in through here because I just don't use that. And then that should be okay, hit apply, and then there you go. Now you can see that. And again, maybe you want to make it a little bit thicker, you can do that too. There you go, and you can hit it apply. And then from there, I do my exponential moving averages, and I have 2 of those. I like to do the 8, so right there. That one's the blue, that's correct. Again, I turn off all of this kind of stuff in through here, and maybe make sure that the thickness is like 2, whatever. And then you say, okay, and you hit apply, and there you go. And then the other one would be the 21, make that 21. And that one I like to be, I don't know, again, more of an orange or red or something like that. I usually don't get them confused, so I'm not too worried about that. Turn off those again and through here, and then you say okay and apply. Now, one other little trick or detail that you can do actually that is a 21, there we go. Another thing you can do is if you have a certain setting that you'd like to have for your moving averages or an indicator or something like that, and it's got a lot of different things that you want to configure, and now you want that to be the basic one because every time you try to open that indicator, it's going to come up as the default. You come up here to the top of the window bar and it says save as default. That's really important because again, if you have an indicator that you have to do a lot of work to in order to get the way you like, you click that and now all of your settings are saved, and now it'll save you less time each time you open it. So do save as default for that. And you can see here, apply, and now we've got the moving averages. In fact, let me just thicken that up a little bit more too. And that looks good. Now for me, some of the other ones I like to do are the squeeze. So if we're looking at this, I know I've got a lot of them. Again, you can just see a lot of shared stuff. But whatever you want to do, simpler trading, squeeze pro, click that. That'll go down to the lower bar. And then also, we got the Moxy indicator for me, and let's see, simpler trading, I think it's just for me, again, yeah, sorry, a lot of stuff for me, Moxy indicator there. And let's say, do you like the squeeze on top or do you like the Moxy indicator on top? For me, I want to see the Moxy indicator first because that's most important for me. And what you can see right now is you see lower and lower, those are the lower sections. I want the Moxy indicator on top, so I'll take that and I'll move it up into here. Let's see, I want to bring that down. There we go. There. See, now you switched. So you got the Moxy indicator on top of the squeeze. You hit apply. There we go. Now I'm happy with that. And then you can see the squeeze. It's got all sorts of different settings. So I would personally go in there, change it. The Moxy indicator has some colors that you can change too. And so we've got that situation. Let's just say for the most part, this is doing what I want it to do as far as my strategies. And I said, okay, and say, I like my charts right here. And I was like, okay, this is looking pretty good. Now, the good thing that you should do is you want to start saving these so that you don't have to redo this all the time. Let's change this time frame to an hourly. Looks like I have my overnight on, so let me turn that off. Trying to figure out, I think there's some setting that I'm missing right here that it's got all these, all those bars. That's usually the overnight, and I'm not sure why that's not clicking off. So anyway, I wouldn't want that on. It should be showing right here. Oh, I think I know. Let's see. Appearance, show extended hours, show extended right here. And so here's another little shortcut that you can guys do. So you see right here, that little box means that you want to add a shortcut to your menu. And so it's happening because you're seeing all these gray bars. What that is it's showing the overnight hours. And I don't really want that right now. Sometimes people trade with it. It's good to use if you're kind of looking from one day to the other, see what happens. Some people like it right at the beginning of the market to help give some continuity. It's just a personal preference. But I'm going to do two things here. One, I'm going to click this button right there, because now that's going to add it as a shortcut to my navigation bar. And two, I'm going to turn this off because I don't want to show extended trading hours. And that also, for me, the Moxy indicator sometimes doesn't work very well, having the start aggregations at market open. So you uncheck that and then you hit OK. And now you can see, here you go. See how it says show extended hours at trading session? That button that I did gave it up to that menu. So now it's a shortcut, and you can do that with a lot of different options if it's something you use a lot to help save you a couple clicks. So now you can see I can turn that on and off. So this is what I've got. I can kind of zoom in through here and you can see that's basically what my charts look like. So I'm pretty happy with all this. Again, I got more instruments I can add to it. But what I want to do from here is you want to start saving this. So if you come up to the, I think, style, you can see where it says style. You can save style. And you can call it whatever, Moxy 123. And I also like to say include patterns and study set, because it'll save everything I have here. And then you can load this style onto other things. So let's just say we're going to name it 1, 2, 3, 4 so that I can have it really ready to go for you guys as an example. And you can say include patterns and study set, save. Okay, then what you can also do, you come over here as far as a study set. Let's say you always like to have a certain kind of grouping of settings for this or for this or for this. You can save all those various configurations, and that's where you do save study set. And that's another group that you can do. So between all of this, keep saving things so you don't have to keep redoing every time you open up a new window. You can then just load this stuff. And so now what that means is if we go back to our kind of our 3 grid here, you can see we still don't have anything over here on the right. Like if I put in a ticker, it's still back to blank. Now what you do is you come over here, you click the kind of the candle bars here, and you say load style. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that was it. Boom, right there. See, all that's been done, it's all been saved. And you can see here, I have a lot of other ones already saved, load style. You can see I got a lot of Moxy stuff and all that, and that's how I do it. So now that it's pretty much set, I don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. And then, changes to say 15-minute, because that's what I like on this far right. I want daily, hourly, 15, and that'll look good. And then let's say I like this grid. I like the daily, the 15, or the daily, the hourly, and the 15, or I want the daily and hourly. Set up this grid just the way I want. You come over here to where I showed you originally, the 3 grids, 3 whatevers, 3 squares, and you see, you come here, and then what you do is you say save grid as. We'll slide this up over here so you can see it. And there you go. Now you can save that as another particular name so you can open that up if you want. Again, lots of different things that you can do to save all these various things, to save your time the next time you want to open all of these. So we'll just hit cancel. But it's important because you can see here, this is my day trading one. And I have a 15, the 5, and the 2. And I already have it all set up exactly the way I want. I've loaded those themes and the grids and the study sets and everything else that I might want from there. So I think that's pretty much how we can go through it. Obviously, this doesn't look exactly how I want, but this is how I get it dialed in. And from there, you just start manipulating everything. And you can grab these various bars and you can move them up and down. You can make them all different sizes in through here like that. And then you can adjust them. You can also adjust left and right. So you can make certain ones bigger, certain ones smaller. You have a lot of adjustability with ThinkorSwim. It's actually pretty cool. And then the other thing that you might notice, see this little chain link right there? That's how you link it to different things. So notice I have 3 on the left one. It's just a number that we picked. And the other 2 are not linked. So if I change this, say to IWM, only that one links, or only that one moves. And if I take this and I link it to number 3 also, oh, that one does move. So notice how 3 and 3 are now linked. Or if I change it to the QQQ, now you can see those change. And then this middle one is on a different one. Or I can link the middle one and it'll change with it. That way when I do change, now all 3 of them change. And I typically have them all kind of linked together, either linked or unlinked. But those are personal preferences you can do. And you can see all the different colors that you can choose from. So that's another pretty handy situation in through here. And I think for the most part, that's pretty much all that you need. You can come in through here and just keep editing all your studies and do it that way. There are a couple things maybe down at the bottom. Right here, these are your tools, toolbar things. You got your Fibonacci's right there. You got your text arrows. You got the pointers. You got price levels, anything else like that. And I think actually for me, I found the basic ones that I like. And you can make this little pop-out menu to where you have your hot buttons in through here. And then you can just click on those anytime you need. And yeah, so that's something else I like. All right, guys, so I think that pretty much runs through everything you want. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure there are lots of other people on YouTube, including ThinkorSwim, and other people like me who have put out some ThinkorSwim tutorials. So hopefully this works well for you and gives you the basics of how to navigate things. All right, guys, so thanks again. We'll see you at the next one.